皆さんこんにちは。大人女子の英会話パーキーの代表でやってきましたアスカです。今日はカナダミシサガにある語学学校グレータートロントランゲージスクールの先生方にインタビューしてみたいと思います。So thank you for having me today. I'd like to ask you a few questions if it's okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Certainly. Thank you. So first, could you tell me about yourself a little bit?
Yes, I'll start with myself. My name is Anna Silva. I'm the school director at Greater Toronto Language School that I'm very proud to share with all our great teachers and students from all over the country.
Excellent. And my name is Ken Fernandes. I'm the Director of Marketing at Greater Toronto Language School, and I'm also one of the teachers here. And I have to say, it's with great passion that we love what we do here. So, welcome to our school.
So, how would you describe your school? Could you tell me about it?
Our school is like a great big family. That would probably sum it up in a really nice way. We not only provide excellent classes, but we provide a home where students that come from all over the world that need that extra care.
Extra care.
Because everything is new to them, not just the language. But everything else, the weather, the food, just getting around. So we provide all that assistance from showing them, doing an orientation around Streetsville, which is a beautiful area of Mississauga, but as well taking them to a bank if they need to open a bank account, or providing them assistance to get a library card. And of course, any method of transportation that they need, we're always there for them. So it's a very home environment.
And just to
maybe add to
exactly, and just to echo what Anna's saying, I mean, a lot of students when they graduate from our school, one of the things that they always say is how much of a family environment this place is. And having that kind of environment is so special because it makes students feel comfortable when they're learning. It gives them the confidence to improve their English and to actually use their English in the real world. And I guess to explain more about the school, we also got to look into the history of how it started. Because Anna, Emilia, our Director of Studies, and myself, we all used to work together at another school.
Wow.
Yes, and we were there for roughly 8 years. I met Emily and Anna in 2008, and they had already worked at the competitive school
since 1999.
1999. But what happened was new managers had taken over that school, and their philosophy to education was all about the money. How much money can we bring in? Let's get the students in. Let's get them out. For them, it was like a factory. That's exactly what they said.
As a business.
Exactly.
Yes.
And those were not our core values because we believe in really providing students with a valuable experience. We believe in connecting with the students. So we decided to part ways and we decided to create our own school based on our common values. And as a result, we're now in our 5th year in operation. And despite being only 5 years in business, we have a collective years of 25 years of experience in providing students not only just with the English language skills that they need, but with the Canadian experience.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really sounds nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Your students really look fun and comfortable.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what we strive. That's what we strive to do.
Yeah. And how about your students? Like, how many students do you have?
It really depends on the time of the year. It's a very in the summer, obviously, we're extremely busy with summer camp groups from different parts of the world, which really enrich and make the school like really come alive, almost to a point that sometimes we don't know where we're going. But it brings a lot of different age groups together, which is another very important thing.
Yeah.
A lot of adults think that they have to study with adults, but that is not true. What is important is that they are assessed on their first day, so we know what their levels are, and that's where they find friendships, lasting friendships actually, by being in different classrooms with different age levels. And throughout the year, we have students from all over the world, like I said. If you want to add.
Yeah, and like as Anna was saying, like during the winter and fall times, our classroom sizes are smaller. Typically, we have anywhere from 7 to 10 students per classroom, which is a perfect environment for the students to develop their skills. And then during the summertime, we could have anywhere from 12 to 13 students. But because we follow the University of Cambridge methodology for teaching English, whether you have 7 students or 12 students, students are fully immersed and engaged in the English language.
Wow.
And we have students from all over the world, like I said, such as most of South America, whether it's Brazil, Chile, Uruguay, Colombia, of course, Mexico, and then Europe and Asia. We have we have a really good relationship with Ukraine, with Russia, Kazakhstan. And then even countries as Iceland. We've had students from Iceland.
Yes.
From
we had Czechoslovakia this year.
Yes, a lot of European countries.
We interestingly had a student from Rwanda.
Rwanda.
She actually lives in Belgium now.
That's
but,
right. Yes.
We've had students from all over the world, and
Yes.
what makes our school unique is number one, we're a very small school, which basically defines the whole family environment that we have. And unlike schools downtown, we have a good balance of students. For example, in downtown, you have some schools that are 90% Japanese, 10%
It
Korean.
happens actually.
And then, interestingly, we actually had a student from Brazil that came to Mississauga telling us that the school that they went to was mostly Brazilians. And they said, how do we learn English in an environment where everyone is the same
Yes.
nationality?
Yeah, it is
So,
very difficult.
and it's good. And the good thing about being in Mississauga is that we have such a diverse group of people outside the school, people from different nationalities. So it's a perfect environment for our students to engage with.
Yeah, that's the
general
best
public.
environment
Yes.
for students.
Exactly.
And of course, one of the things that we also do is we are always around our students. So the English-only policy really works well with us because they have no choice but to speak
Yes.
English because we're with them. So they really can't get away from the English-only policy, which really is the reason why they are here, is to learn English, and the more they practice, the better it is, obviously.
Yeah. I know sometimes students want to speak their own language
Of course,
in
which
break
is-
time, but
yes.
here it's
Yes.
really difficult.
Yeah.
There, yeah. We, in fact, if they go to the coffee shop, which we have many in this area, we will go along with them.
Yeah, to make
So-
sure that they're speaking
Yes,
their
yes.
language.
And again, it's giving a good rapport between teachers and students as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds really great. And I saw your website
Yes.
before I come to here, and there were a lot of photos of activities.
Oh yes.
So
Yes.
what activities do you have?
Oh,
And
my goodness.
what
Well-
is difference about your school compared to
To
others?
other schools.
Well, one thing to emphasize, and I'm glad you got a chance to see some of the pictures, is
Yes.
that all the pictures that are on our website are
Yes.
of our students.
Yes.
Real photographs,
Yeah.
real students, not the stock pictures that other schools usually collect and put on their website. And really, we have a very unique array of activities within the school. I'm the city person. I love the downtown of Toronto, Montreal, New York. Anna is the outdoors person. Anything to do with nature, discovery, beaches, mountains, you name it. I mean, they're places that Anna has taken me that I'd never been before. So really, even as teachers, we're also discovering new things.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I mean, this winter we have dog sledding coming
Dog sledding,
up, right?
that's right. In either January or February, we organize a dog sledding trip, and I'm very proud to say that we are the only school that provides that type of trip. But it is overwhelming. It's an unforgettable experience that all of the students that have participated, they say it's it's something that they will never forget.
Yes.
And then it depends on the season, obviously, but we do typically go to certain places during the four seasons. So Crawford Lake is one of my again favorite places to take students because it's historical. It's not just a conservation area, but it is a place where the First Nations, I forget now the name, were living in the 1400s, and it was found and reconstructed in its original site. So it's very informative, very historical, and of course beautiful. It has a unique lake. So we go there during the four seasons to show the different ways of looking at a conservation area. And then Halliburton Forest during the summer is a outstanding place to go to, where we actually stay in a forest surrounded by the Canadian landscape. So it's truly a magical place to go.
And speaking of seeing the real wilderness, during the trips, I know you've seen black bears in their habitat.
I have
like
pictures
big
with
black bears.
with 11
I mean,
bears.
big.
Yes. So and a lot of people are, of course, it's a wild animal. We all understand that, but it's such a thrill to be able to see an animal in its habitat, and at the same time feel that calmness about an animal like that. So it's very yes. The students that come with me have quite an adventure.
Exactly. And then in addition to a lot of the wilderness activities, we run a number of excursions to Quebec, Montreal, and Ottawa, as well as New York City.
Yes.
And rather than just sending the students on these trips by themselves, we, Anna and myself, we accompany them on the trips because in our numerous times of visiting these places, we become very comfortable and knowledgeable about these areas. So we actually take them to places that we personally love. Like, I know, Anna, you like the Cheesecake Factory in New York, one of the best places in New York City.
Irene's cheesecake,
They're small cheesecakes, but they're so delicious. So if you want to discover what we're talking about, you come here to our school.
Central Park, again, another favorite spot in New York.
Absolutely.
But not only that, and then aside from the actual trips, we do a lot of in-house activities, such as potluck. We usually have potluck once a month.
Oh, and also one thing too is we have Thanksgiving that's coming up. So every year, if you check on our Facebook page, you'll see we bring the tables out here. Emilia, who is a director of studies, is also a professional chef. So she actually cooks the turkey herself. She brings it in. Yes. So you not only gain knowledge here, you gain a little bit of weight. But it's really good stuff here at the school. So we actually lay out the table here. We have the students sitting around. We have the candle out. We have a fireplace on our LED display. But really, this is what we mean about the Canadian experience. Most schools, they sell the Canadian experience, but their idea is CN Tower, Niagara Falls, the Royal Ontario Museum. Yeah, the traditional places. But here you are immersed in Canadian tradition, in Canadian culture, with people who really know about Canada. So this is the place where you want to be.
We take them to the farm for the when it's pumpkin season, which is coming up. Before Christmas, we take them to a garden which is called Terra Greenhouse.
Yeah, oh, it's beautiful.
And
Beautiful.
it just gives the students an idea of how important Christmas is for North Americans, for Canadians in
And
general.
one thing too, adding to the family environment, we literally invite the students into our own personal family environment.
Yes.
For example, during the summer, we actually had a barbecue at Anna's house. So all
really?
the students, literally 35 students, all came over to Anna's house.
Oh,
She
yeah.
has an amazing backyard
Yeah, yeah.
overlooking a park. So we had a massive barbecue. We had all the grill. I love Brazilian barbecue, by the way.
Yes.
So they were grilling the meat.
And Japanese barbecue.
Yes.
Let's not forget.
Yes.
They're
The Japanese
excellent
food is
too.
phenomenal.
Yes, yes.
So, and even myself and my wife, we often take students, not just during the weekdays from Monday to Friday, but some of our weekends, we actually take students downtown to join us on our own personal adventures. For example, there's Nuit Blanche, which is coming up, which is a white art festival during the nighttime.
night.
So we go downtown, we drink coffee, we stay awake all night, and the students see all the different art areas
Yes,
around
yes,
the
yes.
downtown
All the artists.
of Toronto. So it's really, like I said, this school, it's not just a place to learn English, it's a place where you make everlasting friendships. It's a family.
Yes.
That's what we're all about here.
Family.
Yes.
Incredible.
Yes.
What about teachers? Who are your teachers and where they come from?
Well, fortunately, all our students are Canadian. They're all native speakers
Teachers.
of the English
Teachers.
language, teachers. Yes, and what makes our teachers unique, number one, is the methodology that we follow. You can hear them having fun in the background. But yes, it's the methodology that we follow at the school. We all follow the University of Cambridge methodology, which is CELTA. And CELTA is a step away from the traditional way of learning where teachers go up to the board, they write on the board, the students look and they copy. You learn nothing from that kind of traditional methodology. When we use the CELTA methodology, it's all about the students interacting, working together in partners to discover the language. For example, I will put a sentence up on the board. For example, present continuous. I'll put the sentence up and I'll have the students come up to the board. Not me, my English is good. The students will come up to identify the subject, the verb to be, the verb in the ing form. Then the student will go down, will ask other students, do you agree with what this student just did? And again, it's an engaging, interactive learning experience, and it accelerates the learning of the students by a lot. So all of our teachers follow this methodology. But again, it's not just the methodology that matters, it's also the attitude. And two of our teachers, Chris and Matt, who we hired this year for the summer, and we're going to keep them as long as we can, both have amazing attitudes. For example, during lunchtime, when traditional teachers eat by themselves and the students are by themselves, our teachers every time sit together with the students. So the English learning never stops.
Exactly.
And it's a more informal area where the students can practice their conversation skills. They're talking together in a relaxed area. We laugh. Sometimes lunch goes a little bit longer, but that's because the English conversation has not stopped.
Exactly, it's non-stop.
And they love it so much to the point where the students are like, can we have conversation out here? And everybody's talking, everybody's engaged. So again, it's the CELTA methodology and it's the attitude, that fun, upbeat attitude. For example, one of our students, Matthew, he is a musician. He studied music at Waterloo University, as well as how to teach English. So when he came, I remember, maybe you can tell that story about the guitar?
Oh, I was just passing by the classrooms and I heard music being played and singing, and I honestly thought it was the radio or
Yes.
YouTube or because our teachers often will play music during the classroom. So I
Yes.
really thought it was just, another teaching method, right? And when I did pass and I looked in, it was the teacher, Matt.
Yes.
And I was just flabbergasted because I didn't know that he was such a good musician. I didn't know he was a musician to
you
begin
didn't know at
with.
the
I
time?
didn't
Yeah.
know. No, I didn't know. So it was just overwhelming to know that he has that side of him, which brings a lot into the classroom.
Yes.
And from that moment, we found out that other students were also musicians.
And they could play.
So then they started to participate, and it just made that class, you know,
Yes. So connected.
so much better, that we ended up having a party and brought all the musical instruments that we could possibly think of.
And
You know, everyone came out of the closet bringing their own attributes, and including myself, who I love karaoke, so I brought my karaoke machine to the school, and we had a fabulous time.
Exactly. And a lot of these teachers, they become part of our family. I mean, we do have teachers that work with us during the summertime, and of course during the wintertime they'll take a leave. But at the same time, we still stay connected on social media. We're always in touch. Our teachers are always promoting our schools when they travel. Another one of our teachers who's working now, Chris, he actually taught English in China. So he had a bit of the international experience. So when he came here, he was able to share his teaching experience with our students, and also develop his skills as well. Because no matter how good you are as a teacher, there are always opportunities to grow, to learn, and get better.
Of course.
Even for me, when I started learning to teach English, Emilia, our director of studies, she guided me into following the CELTA methodology. And thanks to her, my level of teaching English is, I don't want to say amazing, but it is, because that's the environment
and that's what I was going to follow up, and to really speak on her behalf, because she's not here. She's on holidays after a very busy summer.
Absolutely.
But Amalia is a unique kind of teacher.
Yes.
I'm not putting anyone down, obviously, but she has a special gift.
Yes.
And we all should, you know, highlight people like that. And she has just a natural gift to teach. Her method is, again, I'm using the same word, unique, because that really is what it is. Everyone just loves Amalia's class. She's engaging. Without people realizing, they are learning.
Yes.
And all of a sudden they're engaging in the conversation, and it's wonderful. I don't know what else more to say, but of course it is a CELTA methodology. That's the foundation,
and that's what all the teachers use here. And one thing just to emphasize, what you're saying about Emilia, just for the record, Emilia has one of the best records in Canada for helping students to pass their TOEIC, their IELTS, and their TOEFL. So if you're serious about learning, but in a comfortable environment, Emilia is your key instructor for getting through your exams with really good scores.
Oh yeah,
so,
she's a fun person, but believe me, when it comes to IELTS and TOEFL preparation, that other side of her comes into play, and she's so serious about that. If a student, I mean, we've never had a student not pass. Let's put it this way. They've all passed, because really, it's like she's putting her career on the line. So she will not allow anyone to take the test unless she is sure that they are able to.
Because you know, as teachers, we take it personally when students succeed, and as you'll see on the Facebook, or you'll see our record of students who have passed their IELTS and their TOEFL. Like, it's a celebration for us, because it's partially the work and the effort we put in, it's the effort the student puts in, so it's a big celebration. Like our most recent graduate, Gabby from Venezuela, she recently got her IELTS, she passed her IELTS test, and she originally started about 24 weeks ago with a pre-intermediate level of English, and she wasn't sure, will I be ready for it? I helped her with the foundation of English, and then Emilia basically sealed the deal by helping Gabby to pass her IELTS scores. So,
and let's not forget Eder.
Eder as well, yes.
Is you know, in the oncology background.
Yes.
And you helped them.
Absolutely. So he was another one of our big success stories. He came to Canada with the goal of bringing his family here to start a new life. He was originally from Brazil, extremely smart guy, but he needed to pass IELTS in order to get his permanent residence to come to Canada. We worked all year, really fun guy, really great environment that he created here, but at the end he got his results thanks to our work here and his hard work as well. Passed his IELTS, his family are now immigrated to Canada, and he's developing his career here. He's bought his house after 2 years of being in Canada, so
It's an amazing story.
and they're still friends of ours. They're like family to us. We've been to their house, and really that's, again,
That's the bottom line.
this is what it is. It's
Yeah.
helping the students and genuinely helping the
Yes.
students.
Yeah, what a successful story. I was
Yes.
really surprised.
Yes, and yeah, there are many more of these
Many
stories,
more.
and you can check on Facebook to learn more about the successes
Yes,
of our
yes,
students.
for
Yeah,
sure.
check the Facebook.
Yes, yes, do that.
Next one is a little bit different question though. How do you like Mississauga? Do you have any recommendation in Mississauga?
Yes.
Well, Mississauga is, first of all, it's a very safe city. I mean,
Yes.
that's one of the things that most people say. We take it for granted because Canada is a very safe country to begin with. But Mississauga has different pockets within the city that look like villages. So we have 5 distinct villages within the city of Mississauga. There's a lot of history behind that, but I'm not going to go into that because I would be here for a long time. But it is a very important city in terms of businesses that have their head offices in Mississauga. It's more, there are a lot of people that live in Mississauga and work in Toronto, but a variety of, I mean, Canada as a whole is a multicultural country, but in Mississauga everyone just mingles really well. Where the school is situated is one of the nicest areas, probably the second nicest areas in the city of Mississauga, called the village of Streetsville. So we have like a village, very quaint feel to it, lots of restaurants, coffee shops, you name it. From Tim Hortons to Second Cup to...
As I said, you will gain weight while you're in this school. A lot of really good restaurants.
Starbucks is here as well as all different types of places to eat. We have a beautiful park with the Credit River by, so it's a very safe
Because
city.
you see, Asko, a lot of people, when they look for places to study in Canada, Toronto is usually the first place people look to because they think, oh, the party life, the energy and everything. But really, the city of Mississauga has so much to offer. In fact, today I was on InSaga, which is one of the best media publications in Mississauga, and they just ranked Mississauga as being the 6th largest city in Canada. 6th. And the thing is, Mississauga is only about 40 minutes away from Toronto. And in fact, in the village of Streetsville, we have a train station about a 5-minute walk away from the school, where students can easily access Toronto on Saturdays and Sundays when they want to go out for nightlife or to have a good time. But even within Mississauga, there are so many things to do. Anne already mentioned the variety of restaurants within Streetsville. But if you take the bus about 30 minutes from here, you'll arrive in the village of Port Credit, which is right along Lake Ontario, where there are a lot of bars, restaurants. We had Busker Fest actually 2 weeks ago, where a lot of musicians and a lot of great talent came out. And on top of that, if you're looking for things to do, activities, we have Celebration Square in the center of Mississauga, about 20 minutes by bus from the school. During the summertime at Celebration Square, every Wednesday there's a fitness day where people go to learn Pilates, they do yoga, they do, working out. Every Wednesday there's something different. And every Thursday at Celebration Square there is a free movie night. It's outdoors on the big screen TV. So people will come, you'll see thousands of people from Mississauga all gathered together to join to watch a movie. So it's a really great experience. And also, this is interesting, is that Mississauga is home to the largest shopping mall in Ontario,
That's right.
which is Square One.
Square
Not Yorkdale, not Eaton Centre, but Square One. So there are a lot of things to do. And near Square One, we have a library, we have a really large cinema. There are a number of cinemas. And here's a little known fact. The Toronto Pearson International Airport is actually located in Mississauga. So there are a lot of things to see and do while you're here. So yeah, Mississauga, there are plenty of great things to do, still connected to Toronto, but we're kind of our own world.
And let's not forget that Mississauga is also the sister city of the city in Japan called Korea.
Yes.
We are sisters.
Oh really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
And a side note to that, we have a organization in Mississauga called the Mississauga Friendship Association. And this organization maintains relationships with the city of Korea.
Yes.
So my wife and I, who are both executive members, had the opportunity to travel to Japan, to visit Korea, to visit a lot of the friends that we have made over the last few years. We visited Korea Kita High School, where we got to meet some of the students who had visited us at the school last year, and it's just a wonderful relationship.
And in the Square One area, there is a Japanese garden.
Yes.
Called Korea. The street, the actual city is called Korea.
And interesting two facts is that Mississauga is home to the largest number of Japanese businesses in Canada. And for the second year in a row, we've had the Japan Fest. It is the largest Japanese festival in Canada. So even though we don't have a lot of Japanese speakers in Mississauga, we're still connected to Japan through business, through our social engagements, through friendships that we've developed through the school. So. And to all our friends at Perky, keep studying your English, keep improving.
Yes.
You've got a wonderful environment where you are, and we look forward to welcoming you here to Canada in Mississauga at Greater Toronto Language School, where you not only develop and immerse yourself in English, but you truly experience Canada through our homestay families, through our own personal activities, through all the wonderful things that our school and Canada has to offer.
Yeah.
So,
where English comes alive.
Yep, where English comes alive. Greater Toronto Language School.
Thank you very much. Good luck to you and your students for a new semester. And I can't wait to see your students' progress.
Thank you
so
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
皆さんいかがでしたでしょうか。休み時間にね、先生も生徒もみんなラウンジに出てきて話してたりとかしてすごい仲いいなと思いました。さっきケンが先生も生徒も家族のようになると言っていたんですけれども、もう本当そうだなっていうのを肌で感じました。先生たちもフレンドリーなんですけど、生徒たちもフレンドリーで、さっき廊下に行ったら話しかけてくれた子とかがいて、とても居心地のいい学校だなと思いました。語学学校に行った後って卒業後のキャリアに悩んだりすることが多いと思うんですけど、さっき聞いた話だと授業の中で性格診断みたいなものを英語でやったりして、それが今後のキャリアを考えるきっかけになったりもしているそうなんですね。それから生徒の年齢層が幅広いっていうのがすごくいいなと思いました。もともと長く社会人経験があって、その上でここで英語を習得してまた世界に羽ばたいていく人がいるという話を伺って、やっぱり英語を勉強したり習得した英語を使ってまた新たな世界に挑戦していくっていうのに限界はないんだなというふうに感じました。あとね、やっぱり日本人がいないっていうのがね、一番いいと思います。休み時間とかについうっかり母国語を話したくなっちゃう人っていると思うんですよ、どこの学校でも。たとえそれがイングリッシュオンリーポリシーの学校だとしても、やっぱり母国が同じ人同士が集まっちゃうとどうしてもブレイクタイムとかにポロッとね話しちゃったりするんですよ。特に英語がまだ勉強したてだと不安になって英語で話せなくなったりすることもあると思うんですね。でもここはまず日本人スタッフがいないし日本人の生徒もいないので英語以外で会話ができない。それから休み時間でも先生が生徒にすごい話しかけてくれるのでみんなずーっと英語で話をしてました。もしあなたが本気で英語習得したいんだったらここのGreater Toronto Language Schoolをすごくおすすめでベストだと思います。